Welcome to the Lakeshow podcast presented by Jack in the Box. It's a weekly deep dive into the biggest stories and topics surrounding the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm Allie Clifton, joined by my Spectrum SportsNet co-host, Chris McGee.
We haven't been together in a long time.
Laker insider Mike Bresnahan. And our new producer.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Shout out, Kevin. Kevin Hall.
Kevin,
everybody.
Kevin Hall. Yeah.
He even came over
He's
there.
been waiting to be the voice of God for so long.
I've been eyeing this button for so long.
He does not sound nervous at all.
Sign
He's
him
ready
up
to go.
again.
He's a foodie. He's a Nuggets fan.
And a Buccaneers fan.
And
It's
a Bucs
weird.
fan. So
He's all
he's
over
had
the
some
country.
wins. He's
And
had
an
some
avalanche.
Yeah, he's had a lot of wins in the last few years.
Yeah. Why not
Got
Broncos?
a
I
great wife.
wonder?
Went to, his honeymoon was in Costa Rica. Kev, is that where we went?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are you a Rockies fan?
Unfortunately, yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, man. Unfortunately.
That's the one loser team I'm a fan of.
It's the one.
You know who's not a loser? Before we dive into all things Lakers and the latest, Millie McGee
Wow.
is not a loser.
I'm wearing the shirt.
SCVC.
SCVC is the club.
Since
SCVC 16
1991.
Roxy is the name of the team.
Wow.
And they just won the, what'd they win, Allie?
They're world champions.
National champions,
champions.
but
World.
might as well be
Yeah.
world.
World champions.
They won Junior Olympics.
No one's going to beat them in the world.
No one.
They're that good.
They
Is that
won the
U16?
U16, so every
Okay.
16s team in the country, thousands of them, they won the national
Did
championship.
they get beat at all?
No, they went 11-0.
Whoa.
They went 11-0 at Junior Olympics, and they went 22-3 in games. So they lost, lost a couple sets, it's 2 out of 3. But on the last day, which is the medal rounds, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. And I always say, each win's a different color. You win the first one, you got bronze. You win the second one, you're guaranteed silver, and win the third, you got gold. They went 6-0.
Nice.
And it was pretty emotional. I think the whole thing was emotional. Day 3 is crazy. It comes down to this one match. We call it the death match. There's 16 teams left, and there's 8 matches going on all at the same time, and the 8 winners go into the medal rounds, and the losing teams are playing the next day for 9th down to 16.
Wow.
So it's you lose. We lost that match last year. We were 7-0 in the 15s and lost that match 15-13 in the third. So they had been thinking about that match for a year, because when you lose that match, you just think, what if?
You can't play your way back in.
No.
You're out. Wow.
It comes down to one match on day 3. If you get there, and you have to get your way there, and then we call it the death match because someone's in and someone's out, and it's a super cool moment.
Did you crush them in the death match?
Yeah, we actually did. Team from Texas, Mad Frogs, we beat in 2, which was really cool. So it wasn't a stressful death match, which was awesome. But day 4, they showed up, and I was super proud. Like it was really emotional. There were a lot of tears throughout the week, like just happy moments. Day 3 when they got there, and then I just felt like day 4, each win just brought these new emotions. I always dreamt of maybe a day like this and to have it, but just to see them, like I was sending you guys reels and everything, and like the music put behind and everything, just to see them like emotional and crying and together and winning
great.
They were so steady. It was actually really impressive. Like they have the best coaches in all of 16s, and the head coach is a guy that is a UCLA assistant coach. Amir is his name, and then Jess and Kathy, and they're just very steady. So no matter what the situation was, no matter down, up, they just stayed like this. Now all of us parents were riding frickin' the Colossus, right?
The parents are always the mess, right?
Oh yeah, we're totally 100% drinking cocktails between games. I was freaking out.
Good.
But they just stayed steady. I give them so much credit.
Wow.
They never wavered. They were very together. There was an awesome moment where we're in the final game. We win the first set against a team from Chicago on the big stage, probably 1,000 people watching, and on the center court. And we're up 23-22, and games to 25, you got to win by 2. And you're getting close to winning the national championship, right? We had a swing, and we just miss, and it's 23-23. That team goes up 24-23. So now you're 1 point from going to a third set, and anything can happen. We tie it, okay? It's then 25-24, okay? They're winning. We tie it at 25. We're serving at 25-25. We get a gift call. We serve it. The down referee calls them out of rotation. It means someone was overlapping on their team.
Who does that?
They were
at that point,
but it's a horrible call.
Yeah.
It's a bummer of a call but the amazing scene was, and the head coach pointed this out to me the next day, and I went back and watched it. While the other team is kind of scrambling and maybe arguing, and the kids are all spread on the court, the kind of coach is talking to the down ref, and he's like explaining what happened and why she's got to be over there. our team, unprompted, not by Amir or the coaches, you see the girls on the court, Millie and the other six girls, they all came together and they huddled and they had their heads touching and they had their arms around each other. And I guess Millie was in that circle saying, just breathe. And everyone was like, just breathe, we got this. And they all just stayed together. All of a sudden, point, come back. Our girl hits an ace, winner, dog pile. It was super cool. Yeah, no, it was like a super cool, because in that moment, I didn't really realize it either. I was up on the stage, kind of like pacing back and forth. And then but when you rewatch it, you see all the girls kind of come together. It's a very mature move and a very cool moment for them. And they were just in it for the whole time. They were all like shocked though for the rest of the, they've just still been like, I can't believe we won.
It's like the summer of the McGees.
Summer of Geet and fam.
Millie's had quite a run.
She's
here
had
lately.
quite a run. USC a few weeks ago on Father's Day. Committed.
Met her coach. He's super excited.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about that.
Yeah, you met her coach. They were all there watching. Every coach in the country is there for Junior Olympics, and you're watching your players, and you're also watching players you're going to recruit for the younger years. Okay. So they were so excited for our team, and they were following us the whole time.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like everyone's there in the final, and it's just like this. This pretty awesome moment. Like,
nice, man.
They're all there. That's our girl winning. That's so fun. That part, they've had 70 matches all year from December on here, right? You play in all these tournaments.
Wow.
They were hurt a lot of the year. There's always someone hurt. So we had to go through the year and navigate all these. But when they were together, we figured out it was 34 times. They were 33-1.
Wow.
It's a pretty amazing stat. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually was just going to ask you what that number was again, if you could tell us. Yeah. That's so cool.
And it was in Vegas, so the parents had a little fun.
We
afterwards.
had fun, and was the night number 3 was cool when we had won that match to get into the medal rounds. That night we all went to sushi, and it was just our parents. And the club director who owns the club is also a parent, and she was just parent that week. Her daughter's on our team, Melissa Boyce, and it was her birthday. So we were all just like cheers in and like, because at that point you're like cherry on top, whatever happens.
Yeah.
But then you get there day 4 morning, 8 a.m. and you're like, let's go.
Yeah.
Luca was there. That was pretty sweet to have my other little one there. So like the whole family.
Yeah. Nice, man.
Jazz,
what a
there,
week.
so.
Yeah.
What a summer.
What a summer.
What a summer.
What a summer.
Congrats,
I think
man.
we're done.
That's awesome.
That's a podcast.
Yeah.
That's all Kevin produced.
And the Lakers are in Summer League. So.
Thanks for letting me share that.
I guess it is a good transition from Junior Olympics to the Olympics.
Yeah.
All the things that are happening. As we're recording this, actually, Team USA is playing Canada tonight. I'm excited to watch that.
Oh.
But with the Olympics a few weeks away, how about there's been a lot of sound that has come out from training camp out there. It's been fun to like kind of watch and follow along.
Not always about the Olympics either. It's a lot about, why'd you leave this team? What would you think your teammate doing this or that in free agency? A lot of NBA storylines still, which is great. It always is when you have an Olympic training camp like that.
LeBron was voted the best player at training camp by his teammates.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Special.
That's insane. 39 years old.
Wow.
There's a lot of talk about the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Who you think it should be? Who it would be? Obviously, Kawhi is withdrawn from the Olympics. Derek White getting the nod.
Yeah.
Crazy. What are your takeaways? How excited are you guys to maybe watch Bronny AD tonight? Just in the
I always like watching
forward?
Team USA hoops.
Yeah.
I love when all the best
Super
guys
excited.
play. I loved it, like especially 8 and 12. When Kobe was a part of it, I was really, really loved those teams. It's funny, the next couple Olympics, watched, but it wasn't as, I don't know. This year, I feel like I'll have way more interest just because of the group that they've collected together.
Yeah.
Right? To see AD and Bron and those guys all together. I don't know what the starting lineup would be, but Steph, LeBron, AD, KD, that's a pretty good 4. We were talking out in the newsroom. It's like, do you go with a defensive guard like a Drew Holiday, or do you go like an Ant or a Booker?
A lot of people also have Joel over AD starting.
I didn't even think about that.
I know.
I go AD.
You go AD?
In Olympics I do. Yeah.
A little more defense.
I go AD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this could be it for LeBron in the Olympics, KD in the Olympics, Steph first and last time in the Olympics. I still don't understand how it's his first time ever
I'm
in the
excited
Olympics.
for him.
But it's pretty
that's
cool.
super cool that he's... it took Kobe a while, right? Like Kobe's 08, right?
Yeah.
He could have done it 04, but...
Were you there in 12? Because I know you were in London for a while.
I didn't go to... Didn't you cover it?
I was there when he won the gold. That's what I mean. Yeah, it was great. It was really
super cool. I thought 08 was interesting because it was like... I think why 08 was so cool. I was in Beijing and flew back, and I remember your timing is all messed up, so watching that game really late, and Kobe against Spain, taking over at the end, that was such a great game. Remember, they housed him by 40
You're right,
opening.
right.
But that final was and it was Kobe kind of leading the next year in 2012, like CP3,
Right.
Wade, Carmelo, LeBron. They had now been there.
The new wave.
And Kobe was a part of it.
Yeah.
It was more their time, and they rolled everybody. But
I'll tell you what, Kobe, in talking with him after he won that gold, that was a big deal for him.
it was a big deal for him.
Yeah. I mean, I was there in 12 for his last Olympics.
Yeah.
He knew it. We knew it. He'd already talked about it. And I wasn't there in 08, but when he won in 12, it was like, this is a hell of a way to go out. And he
that's a good
he
point.
just won back-to-back championships a couple years earlier. It was pretty evident the Lakers were done winning championships.
It was his last title.
It was his last title. It was his last memento until he scored 60 on his last regular season game ever. But that was a big deal for him. And
5
LeBron,
titles, 2 golds. I mean,
that's pretty good numbers, pretty good stats. And I'm sure LeBron will feel the same way, and Steph and KD. Like, this is, you never say never, but these guys are in their mid to late 30s right now. So enjoy it while you can would be my advice for everyone.
I think it's a good point too. Like with Steph's first Olympics, like, big part of it is those guys getting to be together.
Yeah.
So like being together for all those weeks and like the camaraderie and the bonding, and then kind of having a goal where those guys don't get to play together outside of an all-star game. So super cool too. And in reuniting KD and Steph.
Yeah,
there's like a lot of great storylines.
They'll be in Paris for 2.5, 3 weeks probably, depending on when they arrive.
How good did Cooper Flagg look in some of those?
Wow. Legit.
Guy could be drafted first right now. I mean,
you look ridiculous.
17.
Yeah, remember he reclassified and actually went out early.
That's right.
Yeah, he could have still been being a senior in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's going to help someone next year. The tank could already be on.
For someone. Sure.
How do you think that Bron and AD going through this together, just when you think about the preparation for next season?
I mean, I'm sure there's 2 schools of thought to it. I mean,
right.
I think if you're a Laker fan, you're like, okay, our 2 best guys who are up there in years are going to exert all this energy, and will that hurt them in training camp? Yeah, maybe. Will it hurt them in preseason? Is it going to be a slow start to the season? All those are great points to bring up. I have to step aside from being a fan and go, this is their life. This is their choice, and this is an honor. And I respect it, and I love that they chose to play for USA. That's me, personally. I'm taking my Laker hat off. So I appreciate that they want to play. But yeah, I mean, obviously, your star is going to be 40, and AD's coming off a year where he played how many games? 76 games.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good attendance.
Man, this is what they're about. They don't want to miss out. They want to play.
It could be AD's last 2. He's 30 now. You never know.
For sure.
I mean,
I would be shocked if it wasn't his last 2.
Yeah,
and they'd go out together, all of them.
Yeah.
Their era.
Yeah, this is.
But yeah, I think there's a little, I would be, I think internally got to be a little concerned, I would think.
Let's not forget, the U.S. somewhat embarrassingly lost in the Worlds last year.
Yeah.
I mean, was that their best guns? No, obviously not. But they had some pretty good players on the team.
Yeah.
BI, our guy Austin Reeves. I mean, it was.
Is there a chance they don't have to exert too much, Brez?
I was just going to ask that.
Can you get the goal without
I'm just saying,
too much?
they're not going to be in 7-game series for 3 straight months, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
but also there's other the superstars of the NBA basically next to them. So it's not like you're playing with role players. You're playing with the top dogs from every team, right?
I agree with that.
Kobe definitely watched his minutes in 2012. Like he,
I saw that going around for Bron too.
Yeah, like that makes sense.
You're right. In 08, he won titles in 9 and 10.
Yeah,
Kobe was a machine and he wasn't stopping. But you're right. In 12, it was different. He wasn't the main. So LeBron could take that path because he's part of it.
Exactly.
But you're right. It was the minutes. You're right on that.
Yeah. And then they actually Lakers made a bunch of moves that summer. So it was like, okay, maybe they'll be back. And then he tore his Achilles in 2013. But he was, it's not like Kobe played, is it 40 minutes in international ball? It's not like he was playing 38 minutes in these Olympic games. Because they have the luxury of exactly what you said, Allie. There's 11 other really good players on that court. So I don't see LeBron creeping into the mid-30s.
Kurt's going to get a text if he's playing AD and LeBron 40 minutes a night. We're going to send him a little text, right? We're going to say, scale back.
Yeah. JJ. I'm just kidding. Okay, so Millie got it all started in Vegas, and then obviously Team USA in Vegas. Summer League.
It
starts on Friday.
Vegas.
Obviously, you have the California Classic. Summer League in Vegas starts on
California
Friday.
Classic's like an appetizer, right? Like, guys get to play a little bit, get to know each other a little bit. But Vegas Summer League's what everyone's
That's it, right?
About. Yeah.
And Game 1 for the Lakers Friday against Houston, 7:30. Will you guys be watching? Intrigued? Interested?
Friday? You know, yeah, I'll definitely. I mean, I'm intrigued in like Dalton and Bronny and is Maxwell Lewis going to play? I heard he looked good. Remember, I was gone, so I didn't see.
He was really good the first game,
but
not as good the second game.
Yeah, I'm always interested to see.
Vegas opening night is always fun.
Yeah, listen.
Put the Lakers to the marquee time, of course.
I've never been. I would love to go at some point.
Cool. It's cool.
You know, you only live.
I know.
An hour away.
I was just there.
Yeah.
You should have stayed all week.
You
Done
should
the
just tell
podcast
Jess,
out there.
look,
Yeah, I'm staying.
I got to go back. She'd let you go.
They could put us up at a hotel. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But, I just want to go one night. But yeah, I like the vibe of it. I just think it's super fun. I'm not as like it doesn't have the star power like it usually does to me. I feel like there's some guys you always want to see play. Like I remember Wemby's first. I don't feel that from this year, except outside of our own guys.
Zion's. Remember Zion's?
Yeah. Like, and there was an earthquake, and like back when like the Lakers weren't relevant in terms of the standings, but relevant with young guys. Like those days when like BI and Lonzo and Kuz, D'Lo, those guys were like playing. Caruso joined us. It was the Ware brothers. But I'm saying our big name guys was super fun to like watch them. But it doesn't have that much hype for me anymore. But like I still care about the guys, our guys, obviously.
Isn't that funny how just I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, Summer League was a big deal to Laker fans.
Yeah.
I mean, you had back-to-back number 2 picks.
And we treated it like it was the NBA playoffs. Like people were freaking out when they lose. And,
yeah. It was a big deal. And they had Julius Randle, too, at number 7 before the back-to-back number 2s. So for a while there, the Lakers in the NBA, in the big league, were not good. But that made Summer League much more special. It was and our guy, Judd Bushler, won the big championship that one year.
Has a good Summer League team ever even made the playoffs in the NBA?
That's what I mean. That's a great question. Yeah.
You just really care about your guys that are actually going to be on the roster. And you want to see a little bit of something from them. It's pretty exciting. But it's more just the spectacle of it all.
How much do you think Bronny and Dalton should play?
I say go at it.
Yeah, I'm with Brez.
Especially Bronny. He only got, half of a college season? Yeah.
I'm with Brez. Like, I'm playing as much as I can from those guys. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be playing much. I mean, this is your shot to play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Play against older guys that are fighting to get in the league. It's a competitive environment. Mm-hmm. Everyone there that's in it cares. If you make an NBA Summer League team and you're not going to make the NBA, even though you know that, your stock is higher in Europe. You're at higher clips, so you make more money. So it matters to a lot of these guys. They know they're not playing the NBA,
especially the second round picks.
Yeah, and then maybe you show out and you can get a 10-day later down in springtime, and so it is a big deal to these guys, and those guys should be out there if healthy, obviously.
And our guy Dane, longtime G League coach, South Bay Lakers.
Love Dane.
He's running the team, so good for him.
Yeah, that's super.
Yeah,
cool.
that is exciting.
Yeah,
love the quote. I want to touch on this just a little bit. You mentioned Bronny with just the hype. We talked about it on the draft day with Big Game in here. Again, not comparing Bronny's game to Wemby, not at all, but in terms of just the hype and the pressure in the eyes on him. Obviously, LBJ had the sit down with Dave McMenamin a couple days ago, and he offered this when it comes to Bronny's journey to the NBA, saying when I was coming up, I had no choice. I literally had no choice. I had to make it out for me, my mom, my family, my hometown, my city. Bronny has all the choices in the world. If Bronny wants to stop right now or never play basketball, just wanted to be a gamer, wanted to be a chef, wanted to be nothing to whatever, he could have done that. People don't understand how hard that is, and the commitment for him to be coming out of heart surgery less than a year ago, for him to be able to be in the NBA, the kid, he's special.
Great quote.
That is a great quote. I also think the quote of him not giving a bleep is kind of fun to understand and know about him.
Impressed. I haven't met Bronny yet. I've only watched him in interviews with Trudell and a couple other people. I'm always really impressed. I've seen him around the arena. I'm impressed how he carries himself. He doesn't seem to get caught up in all that stuff. Everybody I know that knows him, whether it was at USC or anywhere else, Sierra Canyon, nothing but great things to say about him. And that's a lot of different people. And that is hard to do. LeBron's right. He could do whatever he wants. He could do whatever he wants, and you could be like, I don't care. I don't need to play. I don't need to work hard. But he does. So let's give him some credit. And where he was a year ago, it's pretty impressive.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
But I love all those quotes by Bron. I thought they were great.
Yeah, I agree. And lastly, let's touch on this a little bit. Yeah, you're right. You said at the start of the podcast, we haven't been together for a minute. This is the first time I've seen you in a hot minute.
Lake Alley is here.
Lake Alley.
Lake Alley.
Yeah.
Here. This tan is real. The sun does shine in Ohio.
Do we have tan cam on Allie right now? Is that what that camera 3
Dude,
is?
it does look like a tan cam.
Tan cam.
Is that a filter?
It is real. Brett.
It's real.
Is that a filter?
Yeah, take that, Brett.
Is that a filter?
Brett catching strays over there, huh?
Brett, where are we going to mic you up? I mean, is that...
You could really defend yourself right now if you had a microphone.
Brett's not into having mics on these
Brett,
days.
stop hiding behind the union for this type of thing or whatever you're doing.
People back at home were like, "Who's this guy Brett that you always talk about on the Lakeshow podcast?" I was like, "One day,
kid.
yeah." I'm like, "He's an Ohio kid. One day you'll meet him."
Berg, we got to
not
get him
today.
mic'd up. Enough's enough.
Nacho's dying to get mic'd up.
Nacho,
What game are you playing over there, Nacho?
the voice of Brett.
Oh, baseball. You know what game I love playing? I just totally went off the rails. Paperboy. Remember on Nintendo?
From like
Nintendo?
85?
You try to hit the people.
Yeah.
On
With
the
a little
street. That was
bike.
from
little bike handles?
1985?
Yeah, it's from the 80s. Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
You're
Paperboy.
lying.
No, it's long ago.
Oh, yeah.
85.
Yeah. I remember playing in the arcade. They had little bicycle handles.
Yeah.
But it was
Wow.
a quarter back then, 25 cents.
Do you guys anticipate
Allie's
the
parents
Lakers?
didn't even know each other at that time in 85.
They better have. I had a sibling at that point.
84, I'm told.
I wasn't here, but
Remember track and field, Preston? That video game was great.
The little pencil.
You had the pencil.
Nintendo?
The cheat.
No, you had like, it was a video arcade game, and you had like a pencil to go fast. You
It's a
hit
little
it,
cheat code.
And then you did
your pencil.
Long jump, you do all the, yeah.
seeing your handshake like that gives me major anxiety.
This.
Keeps naturally good at track and field.
I was
Duck hunting and Paperboy were my jam. I need to get on clearly
not
track and
surprised
field.
for some reason.
Says the tan girl from Ohio.
Yeah.
Do you guys anticipate the Lakers making any moves before free agency is over? We looked at the roster last night, Gee, after our Sparks game, and a lot
full.
of familiar faces.
Same team. I think what's throwing everybody off, saying the Lakers have done nothing, is that 4 players opted in.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they thought they'd have a couple spots that they would have to fill. But
Everyone
back.
opted
in.
Yeah.
Everyone's back. LeBron's back. 2 draft picks. So signed Max Christie. Extended Max Christie. So it's really not like they have that mid-level, the MLE, right? But like, don't you have to lose a roster spot for that?
Yeah, and give up some salary too.
So
they don't want to go into the second apron to use that.
So you tell me who's going off the roster. That's what I don't know.
Allie and I talked about a couple potential trades.
I thought they were going to trade Brez. I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, they could do things like, if they want to give up on Jalen Hood-Schifino already, which I'm not recommending. I'd be curious to see how he's looking these days. You could add him to like a Cam Reddish. And that'll create a spot for what they call the taxpayer mid-level of about little over $5 million, $5.2 million. Now, you probably have to attach some money to that or a couple second-round picks. You kind of have to, if teams are like, all right, we'll take your guys, but the Lakers are at 15. So the Lakers might have to, give a little extra to be able to free up a spot or two. And keep in mind, Rob Pelinka in his, 7 years now, I think, including the year where he came in halfway through. When he's in the front office, he likes to go into camp with an extra roster spot. They're at 15 because, like you said, Geet, everybody who could have opted in did opt in, and they brought back Max Christie. So they're at the full 15. They have to trade 2 to bring in 1 if they want to be comfortable where they usually are going in with 14 players.
How many picks do they have to be able to trade? What are the
2.
Okay, so 2 first rounds.
Yeah. Pretty far down the road.
27-29, I want to say.
Let me think about this. Yes,
Those ones are
27-29.
still- okay.
I think so.
And when they were okay, got it.
I think. I don't know if that have to.
Yeah, because New Orleans deferred to next year.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's stupid math. But 27-29.
Okay.
Yeah, but those are pretty far down the road.
Look, talked a lot about camaraderie, continuity, chemistry, all the things last year. They're gonna have it this year.
Oh yeah,
I didn't expect them to be rolling back. I just didn't.
Torian Prince is going to Milwaukee.
Who?
Torian Prince.
Yeah.
He is not back.
He's not back.
Okay, but just about everyone else is.
I think he wanted to come back, but there really wasn't a spot.
Spencer Dinwiddie
Spencer
too.
Dinwiddie still.
Spencer
Yeah.
Dinwiddie wanted to come
no
back
room
too.
at the end. I mean,
But he was a name.
Yeah.
Gary Trent Jr. was a name.
I like his game a lot. Tyus Jones is still out there. He's a nice backup point guard. Probably was okay as a starter on a really bad team. But these guys are probably going to try to get more than 5.2, right? Especially Tyus Jones. 'Cause, I mean,
Tyus was great as a backup in Memphis.
Yeah, the best in the league for several years.
Yep.
Yeah, and then became a starter in Washington. You know, that team was a disaster. You can't really grade his performance, but he's almost 30, and he's not a great defender. If he's not 30 already, he's almost there, and not a great defender. But he can run an offense, that's for sure.
Yep.
Jonas Valanciunas doesn't think Washington's a disaster. All right, Lakeshow fans, remember, you can be a part of the show. Each week, feel free to send us your questions and comments. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's around a bucket or brick. Welcome back to the Lakeshow podcast presented by Jack in the Box. If you're enjoying the show, you can check out more original podcasts from our Spectrum News journalists on the Spectrum News app. Just head to the podcast section to listen to the latest episodes. You can download the Spectrum News app on the App Store or Google Play. It is time now for Brett's favorite game, Bucket or Brick. Bucket or Brick, presented by Jack in the Box. In an interview with Mike Trudell, JJ Redick said he wants to coach Anthony Davis when he gets a Defensive Player of the Year award. Bucket or Brick, AD will win Defensive Player of the Year with JJ Redick as head coach. What is so hard about that?
Because I hate the voting in this.
Beating a brick.
Like, I want to brick it because of the voters. I hate the voters. Like, how they had AD as the 4th choice or whatever it was, 5th choice in the voting, it just bothers me.
Brick.
Yeah, I mean, it's
brick.
Yeah,
it's just ship has sailed. He's not if he hasn't gotten it yet.
I know
he's not getting it. And Brez is right. It's the voting is ridiculous, and also he's asked to do way too much. If he was just a defensive player and had to score 10 points a game, then he's getting it. But
like
he's asked to score 26 points a game. Yeah, and if he doesn't, he's having a bad night.
It's really annoying.
Yeah, they're not going to vote him. I mean,
one of my least favorite topics on our shows is talking about AD and the Defensive Player of the Year award, because anyone who watches any Laker basketball realizes how important he is. Yeah. But I also see the voters. They're like, well, these guys finished 7th in the West. I mean, you know, how good can their defense be? But
yet they wanted Wemby to be Defensive Player of the Year.
And by the way, he needs great individual defensive players around him. You know.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's got to carry.
But Rudy did, and everyone thinks it was just Rudy.
I know. Obviously, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Really weird voting going on.
Okay. Kawhi Leonard withdraws from Team USA and is replaced by Derek White. Bucket or brick, Derek White is the best replacement for Kawhi Leonard on the men's Olympic team.
I'm going to brick this. I don't really get it. You know, I will say over the years, historically, when the U.S. struggles, it's because they don't have two things: shooters and perimeter defenders. And so, I mean, Drew Holiday's a pretty good start in the perimeter defender category. Ant-Man will get after people. I mean, there's this one surprised me a little bit. I mean, kudos to Derek White. What a way to...
Derek White and Drew Holiday were both second-team all-defense.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, they got the defensive part covered. Like, I get it.
So you're talking about not having
he's a good shooter, right?
Yeah.
Derek White?
Yeah, he had a really good year.
Yeah.
I was thinking there might be other players out there. I mean, you know...
Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown makes sense, you know.
Paul George?
What's Jamal Murray doing? Is he on the team? I don't think he is.
Jamal Murray's Canada.
Oh, thank you. I'm just trying to think of really good guards who are good on both sides. And, yeah, I guess Derek White would have been one of my 4th or 5th choices.
Yeah, I'll bucket just because it doesn't even, like, matter too much to me. It's a good choice. Yeah. I'm happy for him. Like Brez said, congrats. You know, it's a good filler guy. It's a good glue guy. He can play a role. Yeah. They didn't really need another star because there's better players, right?
Yeah,
like you said,
that's a great point. Probably good foresight by the Team USA front office.
It's the reason, right? Yeah. Team guy in there.
Bucket or brick, the U.S. men's basketball team will win a gold medal at the Olympics.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's always that narrative. Ooh, when Pau is playing for Spain, look out for Spain. But, I mean, there's always some country that it's like, look out for them. But even though the U.S. did not get gold last year in the Worlds, that always seems to inspire them the following Olympics. They're going to win.
I saw Team Canada today, and I was swiping through.
Who is it, Shea?
It's Shea, Jamal, Nickel Alexander.
They're good.
Trey Lyles.
Yeah, they play.
Dylan Brooks.
I saw a tweet today that said if Joel Embiid had played for France, their front line would have been Gobert, Wemby, Embiid.
That's a hell of a start for the Olympics.
Come on. I would have paid to see that. I wish Embiid played for France just for that.
I mean, I was watching in 2012 again. Spain had both Gasol brothers pretty much in their prime. Pau might have started to go a little bit down, but
pretty prime.
They were still damn good, and it was just, you know.
Kelly Olynyk, Alexander Walker, R.J. Barrett.
Good team.
Birch, Brooks, Lou Dort.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good team.
Okay.
Shea.
Then there's Shea.
Okay.
Melvin Ejim, Trey Lyles, Jamal Murray, Andrew Nemhard, Dwight Powell. I'm like, what?
They're going to be in the medal hunt.
That sounds like a good bronze medal team.
Yeah.
To me. Yeah.
Good bronze
They're going to
medal.
be there.
They'll be in the semis.
They'll win the bronze game.
Yep. Be in the semis.
Dylan Brooks said that they will be
That's
ready.
great for Canada,
tonight.
man.
Yeah.
They're not just hockey anymore.
Okay, bucket or brick. The Kings adding DeMar DeRozan makes them a top 5 team in the West.
You take this one. I heard you talking about the newsroom a little bit.
Yeah, I was, and it's hard for me. I'm gonna brick it because they've yet to show me. To me, a top 5 team in the West wins a playoff round. I know they were top 5. Remember, they were top 5 in the West, not this past season, season before. They were 3rd. They lost first round to the Warriors. They didn't get in this year. I feel they have the talent to be a top 5 team, but I need them to prove it to me. I don't know if DeMar DeRozan is that guy that's going to get them over the hump. So I'm going to make them earn it. That's why I bricked it.
You know, I like it. Is that what you do if you like it?
I like it. I like it.
They did something. Is he an upgrade from Harrison Barnes? In my mind, yes.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
And to all the Laker fans out there, and probably to the Lakers themselves who are thinking, oh, you know, we might get Clay.
Yeah.
Or we might get DeMar DeRozan with the full mid-level if LeBron had taken less money. Well, you know, you've got Clay going to the team that went to the finals and grabbed a game off Boston.
Yeah.
And then you've got DeMar going to the team that offered and it was paying him twice as much as that 12.8.
Twice as much. You got 25, right?
Got 25 a year. So, I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to question either of those moves.
And had to do trades like we would have had to have done.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So, there goes the 2.
I mean, I think they're close to being a top 5 if they had a good year this coming up without him. So, I mean, they're going to be in the hunt. It's hard to tell what the jump New Orleans, like, you know how Minnesota and OKC both made that huge jump. So is it the Kings finally that, is it there? I don't know.
And Memphis
Clippers
is back.
maybe a step back without Paul George now.
And Denver a slight step back. They're still a top 4 team for sure, right?
Denver
Although that bench is. Have you looked at their bench, Geet? Yeah. They're going to have to rely on Peyton Watson and Julian Strother, who will be second-year guys. I mean, it's
Kevin,
voice of God.
Kevin.
I still have them top 4 though.
You know they got the starters, so let's roll with that.
You got your starters.
I still put them top 4.
I mean, didn't you guys lose KCP?
Who's on their team? But yeah,
you don't have your starters. You lost KCP.
Minnesota.
Christian Brown
will be there. OKC's going to be there. Yeah. Denver's going to be there.
Don't forget Memphis.
There's your 3.
They're all
Memphis
back.
is back. Phoenix still maybe in the hunt. We'll see.
Yeah.
Last one, bucket or brick. There will be no more big trades in the NBA before the start of the season.
I'm going to bucket this. This is the new. This is the apron era. This is. Yeah, I think we've seen it. There's no other giant free agents out there just waiting to be traded that I can think of.
Supposed to be a bucket.
This is it.
I'm with Brez. I think it's over.
Yeah. It's Allie. There's not going to be that pop. There's not going to be those giant flurry of trades anymore. It's over.
Get ready for access, Allie.
We could. That means that we could write our media day questions like today.
Yeah. Will there be other trades? Sure, but is it going to be a blockbuster?
We're not going
Are we going to do that?
You'd be 2.5 months ahead of the curve if that happens.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? Do you guys want to know anything about Brett? Shout out Mitch. Hi, Mitch. And shout out Mom.
Yeah, good job,
It's my
Mitch.
mom's birthday today. Happy birthday. Yeah. Kimberly Jean. Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of great.
Where's Bill taking her for dinner? They going to go to the Copper Spoon? Is it the Copper
they
Spoon?
do like that
Did I get it
place.
right?
Yeah.
Is that by the lake?
I don't know what they're going to do.
It's a ways away, actually, from
Different
Van Wert.
direction. It's fine. Yeah.
Keith, they were such good hosts when I went out there 2 summers ago that sent them a little gift card to the Copper Spoon.
It's Kevin's mom's birthday today, too.
Hey.
Wow.
It's his first podcast.
My mom's would have been 2 days ago.
Mom's
so a lot of great people in
Wow.
Stacey.
People were getting busy at the same
Hall.
time. Stacy's mom has got, just kidding. All right. Thanks to you for listening. Great job, Kevin Hall, to the Lakeshow podcast presented by Jack in the Box.
Crushed
if you like what you hear, leave us a rating and review on your favorite
40
podcast
minutes.
app. If you didn't like it, hit up Kevin. We want to hear from you. Send us your questions. Hit us up on X at Relay Clifton,
Leave his mom
3
alone.
and
It's
at
her
Mike
birthday.
_Bresnahan. Until next week, Brett will be mic'd up.
Hi, Mitch.
Brett, no one even knows what you look like.